Welcome to our nail art tutorial. This is 𝙤𝙧𝙧𝙧. Our lesson features all nail art products from www.𝙤𝙧𝙧shop. So today we are learning about this seashell look. We are going to play with emboss. We're going to play with textures. And I will write my website down here. www.𝙤𝙧𝙧shop. And then pin it right down the bottom. And before we started, if you haven't joined yet, this is a WhatsApp group that you can join for free to receive alert from us. You can also join our Instagram broadcast channel. It's called 𝙑𝙤 Official. On both pages, you will get also the same alert. And every time that we go live, in a few days, we'll post it into YouTube for you to rewatch. And YouTube is at 𝙤𝙧𝙧. All right. So now I'm going to walk you through this. All the design are different, but the concept are the same. Application are the same. We're going to learn how to do this seashell look and the gemstone too. Hi, Yukio. Hello, everyone. Let me move this up here. And if you wonder about this background foundation, that is Milky colors. Let me take it out. Okay, I'm using this. This is Milky gel color. I will apply 2 coats on here. I only have today and tomorrow to go live. And then on Wednesday, I have to go to the eye surgery to get another readjustment on my eye. So my eye will be blurry for at least a week. Thank you. Yes. We call it Ocean Queen. Yeah, you can take a guess, Abby. Go ahead. Yeah, Jamie. Try to catch it today and tomorrow. After that, I will be off for like a week or more than a week. A week, they have to grant the outer layer of my eyes and put on a contact lens. So it take a week for them to take it off. And then after that, it's still blurry, but I see what I can do after a week. Yeah, thank you, Amina. You texture gel, texture effect. That's right. Pigment and then acetone to remove pigment. No, I don't do that. I use 3D jelly to build bulk, and then white texture gel to add texture onto the bulk. Remember that texture gel, pigment don't stick to it very well, but 3D jelly pigment stick on very well. So when you apply on, it's automatically look like this. You don't have to remove anything, because texture gel is no wipe, so what stick the pigment is a 3D jelly underneath. But that's a good guess. That's a flexible way of thinking. Just in case you have things that adheres pigment, then you can wipe it up that way. That's a good way of thinking. But texture gel would have done that for you automatically. Now, we want to put on pigment, so we have to make sure that everything on here is pigment free. I use 𝙤𝙧 for it. Apply 1 coat of 𝙤𝙧, then pigment not gonna stick onto your surface. Cure this. Thank you, Michelle. Gracias. Okay. Done with 𝙤𝙧, done with Milky. Now, before I do any special effect, I would like to draw out the shape, and I use an art gel to do that. Oh, let me make Tara moderators. I forgot. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Think Gels. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not nervous about the eye at all. I done that like way too many times. I done that 3 times already. Okay, now let's draw out our shape. So let's use art gel for that. White art gel. Hi, Lana. Okay. My favorite is this, so I would do this design for you. I'm doing like a seashell and the conch effect at the same time. It's like a hybrid. So it's like a seashell mixed with a conch. Curve in. Curve in here too. Curve here. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Over here, I'm gonna do a few counts. I am inspired by this through like a crown, like a seashell crown. I always love one of those crowns. I never had one personally, but I love those look. I love seashell. I love beach treasure, ocean treasure. I love those kind of look anyway. Okay, so you have that. Now you can cure that. Thank you, Emboss. Yes, I love this design. We're done with art gel. We just draw out the shape so we know. That will help the white 3D jelly to be brighter too. White 3D jelly kind of up wide, just so you can apply a lot of it without wrinkle. That will be next. I'm gonna take that out. Yeah, Tanya. Yeah, I love, especially seashell from the beach. Look like treasure to me. Take our white 3D jelly. Yeah, I'll get more creative I venture out. using just the same concept. Take white 3D jelly out. First, I would suggest you use an emboss brush to make sure you paint a thin layer on it first before you go bulk. You're welcome, Abby. Okay, put right in the middle of this, and you just venture out. There's no need to have a lot of gel on your brush now. It just makes things very difficult. Just have a little bit of gel, so these can spread out nicely. Okay, I love it here too. Okay, now you can build bulk. You can keep the same brush, or you can use a bigger brush, like a round pointer. But you just lay it on. You don't have to like try hard to make it spread out. It will spread out. Now, since it's in a weird shape, it's not a round or a square, you might need to guide it throughout all these little span right here. Like this along the span, you might need to drag this out just to guide it, or else it'll be hard for it. Just guide it out just a little bit, just touch it and guide it out. There. See, it already spread out to there. You just have to give it a little final guide right at the end. Work it up here. Now you can cure. Okay, so after you cure, and you don't have to full cure it, just partially cure it. After that, you can move on to these conch right here and here on both sides. Same thing, you never want to have a lot going in, just a moderate amount, so you can work toward the edge, nice and crisp. Then you go in with more gel. Just like this. You can flash cure too if you like, but don't flash cure it to just a few seconds. Because sometimes a bulk amount of 3D jelly or any builder gel, if it doesn't cure all the way, sometimes it might spill out a little gel because the wall is too weak to hold all that gel in. That's phenomenon happen whenever you have a bulk amount of gels, like ridiculously bulky. It can happen if you flash cure for 3 seconds. Then the outer layer is so weak that it might spill a little bit of gel out, and you might not want that. So if you choose the flash cure option instead of putting in the lamp, make sure you hold it there for about 5 seconds just to be sure, and then cure that. Now you can cure fully. Go ahead. So Abby, this gel right there, that adheres to pigment 3D jelly. The background is done. The background not gonna adhere to pigment because we put on sanded. Now 3D jelly underneath. Now this come for all this texture right here. Obviously we cannot use 3D jelly anymore. We use texture gels. So that one is a really smooth one. Now this one is the opposite. Why texture gel is not smooth? It's textury. Use 10mm liner for that. Yeah, flash cure near the pot. Remember, Tanya, that this part right here, this flash cure, is special. See this? The light is prevent you from curing your gel at all. You can let it stay there for a minute and it'll be fine. Just because of this build right here. different than a flashlight. Flashlight will cure very easily. Okay, so now I'm of it. I am taking out white texture gels, and I am ready for this pattern. Let's go ahead and make your first pattern right here. One out. Same thing here. It's like a span. Have just minimum of gel on the brush so you can drag it out and make it pointy like that. Now this you can flash cure no problem. Texture gel doesn't build too thick. It embosses but not too thick, so that's good. And here, another one right here. And then I can cure. Right now you probably don't see the detail very well, but wait until you put pigment on. Press and let when you pour in so it can be nice and thin. Press and let. And remember, I already partially cured this gel around. Cure this. So the texture is more vivid when you flash cure in between. Got some detail here. Okay, now here. The conch is also same concept, but we're gonna do like a sway. So technically, you can design whatever you like and just using 3D jelly to build bulk in, so it looks bulky, and then you use texture gel to add detail in, and then put in a proper color pigment. It will become seashell inspired right away. And remember, you don't have to draw a seashell. You can draw anything abstract like this. This have a seashell look to it, but you know a seashell doesn't look like this. So it can be, you can be as creative as you want to. Get this. Now cure that, and we are ready for pigment. Our pressed pigment are just go back in stock, so that's great. This right here, it have been out of stock. Very popular. Now just back in stock. I'm gonna use this color right here and a little bit of this. Let me grab my pigment brush. This is my pigment brush right here. Gonna dust and clean this. Knock up excess dust. Wait for the other one to cure, and we will put pigment on. Okay, now let's put pigment on. Underneath too, and on both sides. See, Abby, isn't that amazing? Just a difference between texture gel and 3D jelly. It gives you that look. Okay, I'm taking the different color and blend it in now. It's a lighter colors. Okay, all done. Now, let's go ahead and put on some gems. So, we're gonna take our clear texture gel for gem and stud. But the main technique is this. So you see how easy it is. Then I just have, after I'm done with all the gem, I just have to show you how to top coat it accordingly. And that's it. And you're ready. I am going to take out an oval brush and apply clear texture gels on. An oval brush is what I'm using. Just a decent amount, don't apply too thick. No, Glam, we have to top coat over the shell. But we don't top coat right now. We have to do this first. Have to do all the stuff. So when we top coat, it will seal everything. If we top coat right now, then later when we do this, we have to top coat again. We don't want that. We want to save as much layer as possible. Let's use this and this. This is a bubble gem collection, crystal collection that we have. I'm going to use this oval frame stud. And I'm going to use this seashell stud. Okay. And the Marquise stud is what I will be using for this design. I also will have gold caviar bead. This is 6mm right here. Smallest available that we have too. Okay, and remember that clear texture gel is already on here. So now you can freely apply your gems. Let's apply the oval frame first. This is a gold stud. It's available on the website also. And this is a seashell stud. I have to have seashell stud at all times because it's my favorite. Okay, and I am going to have Marquise stud. Marquise gold stud right about here. At the end, since it's pointy, it's matched the tips. And you can have some stud right here and here. It's just really up to you. But it's time for me to put on caviar. If you ever put on caviar before, you probably suffer the same thing I did when I first started. Is how to make line without it slip and slide on you. How to make your work time. How to minimalize it. So the brush is soaked in with gel. I wipe it like this. So it's not caking with gel, but it's not completely clean. There's still a little stickiness on the lid, on the tip of the brush. That is what I use to adhere a little caviar bead. Let me see. And you know, if it's too difficult to take it on like this, then what you do is you just using the tip to touch the gel just a little bit, not much. And you can pick up the bead immediately. It's amazing. Let's keep track of how many beads we apply on this side so we can make it balance on the other side. See, it's 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6 beads. So on the other side, let's give it another 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if you have so much space left out here like this, you know that you're a little lopsided on the design. That means that it looks like it's in the center, but actually go over here more. So remember that, just so you can evaluate your design. It's not really a big problem. Under here, I'll do the same thing. I'll keep track of how many beads I use. 3, 4, It can go one more. We'll make it 6. And then we switch. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now straight line. You see how other line just stay there? A person that never messed with caviar bead would not know, aware of the pain and suffering that a person that messed with bead have to go through. This gel is extremely unique because it keeps your beads laying like this. It doesn't move your bead. But back in the day, I don't know. My knowledge wasn't up to date then. I used builder gel to apply bead, and it slip and slide on me. It takes me forever to apply this bead, and I become terrified of bead. But now I love it because this gel, it just keep my design this way, so I can work with ease. I'm not worrying that my design gonna mess up. My line gonna slip and slide and just change. And when you come back to change the order of your bead, it only stay there for a few seconds before it slip and slide again. Very frustrated. But look at this line. Now you can go back and adjust it a little bit. Whatever you fix, it just stay there. See that? Just stay there. It's perfect. Now, let's add some bead right here and here. You really can dress it up however you like to dress up. Hear this? So that is how you apply beads. Okay. So we're done with bead. Now we're gonna learn how to do this amazingly beautiful gem right here. Of course, that is a gel in Magic Wonder collection. And since we're about to have a new gel collection, you can buy gel from Magic Wonder collection separately. If you buy the whole collection, then you get a little discount. But first, I have to color in with black. And I'm going to use black art gel. See that? Black art gel. So we're done with amazing clear texture gels. I'm going to put it away. Look at that. Beautiful. It just stay there for you. Clear texture gel is another one of my favorite that I depend on most of the time. I would take black art gel and start filling in this oval right here. If you have no experience with painting, know that you can take a decent amount of gel and slap it right in the middle. Then you don't have to go back and keep picking up gel. You can just start from here and you can just spread the gel out. Versus also another thing is you can wipe your brush clean so it's nice and sharp. That way when you spread it out, you can go near all these little edges right here and you'll be safe. Versus if you pick up an amount of gel and you go right on the edge, well, it's thick and bulky, so it might ruin. It might go out of line and such. It might be a little risky then. So with this, you can take a clean brush and you can just spread all them gel out. Easier to spread with a thin brush. That's why you can be a little more detailed. After that, you can cure that. Now art gel is so level. If you wait for just a few seconds, look, gonna get smooth. See that? Now, this is when we're gonna take out our Magic Wonder gel collection and select Winter Wonderland, one of the colors. Winter Wonderland is a sparkle gel and it changes color depending on the background. I'm going to take a little bit of Winter Wonderland out right here. Look at the beauty. And of course, all of my gel, color sparkle gel, they cannot hear pigments. So this is where the purple coming from. It's from pigments. So you take Winter Wonderland and you apply. So beautiful. Let me put it right here so you can see. Right there. I put it right there. And a thin coat, it will look like a majestic sapphire blue. But I would like to put on a thick coat, so it will look like a seashell, like a more of a seashell look. See a really thick coat right here in the middle. So now it looks seashellish. Want me to zoom in so you can see? See that? Beautiful. Now take it on here. After that, we will put on pigment immediately, and the pigment that we choose will be a nice neon pigment. This is neon, meaning it's really bright. Done with this. Still gonna keep it here because we're not done with the pigment effect. Always knock up excess dust. You don't want dust to fly all over your nails. Amber, I use 6mm caviar bead. That is the smallest. That's why you can, if you want to go faster, you can use 08, but the smaller with lines, the smaller the prettiest. When I go to do line, I want the smallest. Cause then it look more like a line, like a beaded line. See that? Amazingly beautiful. With any color pigment, it will stick right on. Okay, so now we have to worry about top coat, right? Let's put it right here. Hello, Scooty Nails. So I use matted top coat. Now another way that I will show you several ways. What we don't want is to flood all this detail. You see all the embossed detail? It's very easily to catch top coat and you might flood it. Let's take care of the cuticle first. Put it down. I will have a little top coat right on the palette and will use my favorite brush when I mess with top coat. That is my coloring brush. You can adjust this brush. This will soak up all the top coat, and it's strong enough that if you want to apply it thin, it will go thin for you. It's very strong. You go in with a coloring brush and you sweep this in so you have more control. You can go in between the groove and such so nothing gets flooded. And of course, you can always flash gel in between when you're ready. I'm pretty confident with this. I will go all the way through and then top coat at the end. See how I go like this? Instead of going like that, you always want to flow with the groove. That way, the top coat doesn't get trapped in the groove. Okay? And if you're exhausted at this point, then you can always take a flash cure, matte it. It can matte everything really fast in just a few seconds. When you take it out, it's all matte. See that? Now the whole top is secure. And it's probably the fastest curing top coat when it comes to matte. Now, I'm going to go around and round in here. Remember, don't go down like this, but go with a groove so you get out any extra top coat from the groove. Okay. Now, if you like to do this so it's faster, if you like to apply it like this, you can. Sometimes I will flood it now just to be fast, and then I will take an ombre sponge and I will sponge it. It's just because when it came to top coat, you cannot completely remove top coat. It stay on for a long time. So, it's very resilient. So after you sponge it, the thin layer of top coat that are left, it kind of try to smooth out. And look at what happened when it's matted. Voila. See how easy it is? That's also another way. So I just want to show that those ways to you, just in case. Some people like to do this, some people like to do that. It's just really up to your taste and your strategy and the way you think. Here, that's more than one way to approach things. Sponge, if you use just top coat, then it's very easy to be reusable. If you color it, you can also reuse it by sponging it on paper towels. The stain will be there if you use colors. But me, I throw away the sponge after every visit because I charge a service that requires sponge like ombre and such. I charge about $20 extra service fee, and the sponge is just like less than $1. So I throw that away just to save my time, because time is money to me. But you absolutely can reuse it by just sponging it on the paper towels. After it's all matte, we are ready to reshine any necessary details. It's all matte now, but the beauty is the texture still remains. You see that? You don't want to flood it. It's look and feel all the texture on here, but it's safe, including the caviar bead. It's all nice and sealed. Now all you need to do is return the shine back to the stud, and that's it. I have completely coated this with a coat of matte. Now it's time to take out a shine top coat. Before you put shine on, you can take acetone and rub on the surface of matted because it's velvet, so the top coat doesn't shrink. Or you can just have a flash cure handy, and you can just shine one things. Cure 1, 2, 3, and then move on. Because you already cured it, so it's not going to shrink on you. 1, 2, cure. 1, 2, 3, cure. Apply again. 1, 2, cure. 1, 2, 3. This bead needs to be shined in. Seashell. Remember, don't flood it, just seashell. Just a thin amount on it. Apply on the stud. Cure. After that, put in the machine because the gem, we have to use embossed gels. So let's take out our favorite embossed gels. This is clear embossed gel that I have right here. Okay, I'll take it out. I want to start with just a tiny amount. Of course, I'm still using the coloring brush. It actually is a perfect brush. Strong, very strong. Just half a little bit, not much. Because you want to make sure that these are covers. All the edge are covered, so it's nice and smooth. Then you can put in a lot of gel at the end, and it will spread out for you. Remember, when it comes to emboss, 2 steps is better than 1 step. 1 step you actually will take slower, and your chance of succeed is very whimsy, very unpredictable. But this, you can guarantee your chance of succeed. by having two clear steps. One is the application. I call it a slip layer because you leave it wet. And then two, I can squeeze it out. It's bad to just lay it down like this first so all the gel go down. That's why there's no bubbles. Sometimes there's air inside that when you squeeze out air. So be careful of that. Now you push it in. Twirl while you're squeezing. Twirl it. Twirl around. Twirl around. You wait for it to settle so it's not pointy, and then you cure. Make sure to pay attention to when I say that builder gel, especially a bulk amount of gel, it can spill gel out if you cure it for a short amount of time. So make sure you cure it plenty. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It can magnify the color and everything, make it magical. Seashell is appropriately matte. This one is shine, everything else shine. Background matte. It's perfect. Now, you can take that technique and you can make anything you want. I go crazy. I make it like a wings. I make little seashell on here, little whatever it is down here. You can make a French tip. You can make, don't just get stuck on the seashell shape. You can make anything you want. Like this don't even look like a seashell, but I use the seashell pattern. See that? In here, and this is like a Kong. And with the right color, it looks like seashell. But it's abstract. You can build your nail however you like, using that same technique. And you can rewatch this live. This live is very short actually, because we're done. You can rewatch it just to know all the proper detail from it. Of course, this live will be posted immediately when I got up live. If you're a YouTube watcher, then it's going to be on YouTube about in a few days. So if you want to watch immediately, you can watch on Instagram. Because when I get off live, it took me about 5 minutes for me to take picture, do repost, and you can watch it immediately. And if you in WhatsApp group, after I post, I put a link on there so you can just click on it just to see. Also, I will post on Instagram, same thing. I post a link so you can just click on it and you can just see the design and you can watch it over. And YouTube will be in a few days. If you like to watch YouTube, of course, everybody like to watch YouTube. All right, everybody. Tomorrow I will be on again for another live. After tomorrow, I will be off for a while. I want to get back on as soon as possible. So maybe I get off for about a week and then I go back on. But you will see me again tomorrow one more time. All right, everybody. Have a good day. Thank you for joining me today. And this live will be posted in 5 minutes. And you're welcome, everyone. And I will see you again. Bye-bye. Thank you, Emboss. Thank you, everybody.